We heard about it just a couple games into the season, your wrist injury. We know you're well back and recovered since then, but how did that kind of just affect your season right from the get-go?
Getting hurt isn't exactly how you envision your season starting, especially with all the goals that you have going into the season, but that's baseball, that's life, that's sports, there's injuries, and just was kind of a few unlucky things that happened and affected my wrist, so I missed probably about 15 games, and anytime you miss some time like that, coming back, it takes a little bit, you got to shake the rust off a little bit, and in baseball, I think that it's pretty easy to get rusty and lose that, bounce, or whether it be seeing live pitching. So it took a little bit of time to get back and starting to feel like I'm getting comfortable and starting to feel like I'm getting back into a rhythm, and it's good to be playing every day and hopefully only just getting better.
Oakland has been patient with you. They've been patient with a lot of players in terms of when is that exact time to bring you up for good. How do you stay patient on the other side of that? Because there must be moments where you're like, I want to be there. It's natural, right? It's only human instinct.
Everybody on our entire team, probably everybody in our entire minor league organization wants to be in the big leagues. That's something that I dreamed about when I was a little kid. That's something that I've wanted to do my whole life, and I've worked hard for my whole life. So in a perfect world, I'd have already been there, or I'd be in the big leagues today, but that's just the way it goes. So for me, I don't think that worrying about that and trying to figure out what they're thinking or play general manager yourself or whatever you want to call it, that's not a good way to look at it. So for me, I just want to take it day by day, and Rhino's good about that, and some of our guys, and we just, today's the only day you can control. And I know it sounds cliche, but if you just focus on taking care of what you need to do, and if you play well and do what you need to do, you're ultimately going to be there. So for me, my biggest concern is just taking care of my business every day.
You were born in Victorville, went to Cal State Fullerton. I'm a California guy. I feel like you're a California guy too. You know what I'm saying, right?
Guy, yeah, no.
Laid
so
back.
I was born in Victorville, but I only lived there till I was 2.
Okay.
And then I moved to Orange County, so a little bit of an upgrade. But
we won't hold that against you in Northern California, though, right?
No. But so yeah, growing up in Southern California, close to the beach.
Angels fan?
Yeah, Angels fan.
Okay.
Angels, Dodgers, but now A's fan.
Obviously, right? Good answer.
Right. But no, definitely a California guy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
right?
For sure.
There's a certain attitude about us. Yeah, and everybody watching as well too. The comparisons. People are saying you're like Josh Donaldson. Some people have said you're like Matt Williams. I'm not going to ask you to compare yourself to anybody, but who are the guys when you grew up that you idolized and said, I want to be like that player right there?
Somebody that I really idolized when I was growing up would probably have to be Derek Jeter. Obviously from the winning standpoint, but that was a guy that just went about his business the right way. You don't really find too many people that have a bad thing to say about the guy. He was always winning. He was doing everything the right way, working hard, and played the game the right way. Something I respect. Really like watching guys like Mike Trout and Nolan Arenado, guys like that just kind of quietly go about their business every day and let the baseball speak for itself. And they seem like leaders to their team, and that's something that I would want to be one day, as a guy that people say he played the game the right way, and he was a leader and he was a good teammate.
I know you already have the Fullerton connection with Chris Davis, and you've obviously spent a lot of time around the current big league A's in terms of spring training. So when you ultimately do get there, people think it's like joining a new team. It's not really going to be like that, right? You already have a pretty good comfort factor with a lot of guys there.
Definitely have. The last 2 years have helped me build a relationship with some of those guys. You would like to think that you would just get there and jump right in and have no problems. Obviously, never being there, I don't fully know what to expect.
Sure, but they'll be there to help you.
Yeah, exactly.
Too, right?
I think that the time I've spent with the guys throughout spring training, that I've built a relationship, and think that they like me, and that if I had any questions, or they would look out for me and things like that. So it's something I feel like that I wouldn't have a problem, fitting right in and just trying to help the team win, because ultimately that would be my ultimate goal, and I think that that's something that everybody can get behind.
Yeah, absolutely. When I mentioned the comparisons earlier, everybody's talking about you offensively, but defensively as well too. Are you a guy that takes specific pride in playing that defensive third base, because you also understand that people that aren't watching every one of your games are relying on offensive stats to determine how well you're doing?
Definitely. I think that the defense is something that, like you said, that might be overlooked, maybe because it doesn't look as cool as somebody hitting a ball out of the ballpark. Or
it's not 3 for 5 when you make that diving catch, you know? Yeah.
They don't have a stat for, good play, because maybe that's what's expected.
Right.
But for me, it's something that I take pride in, that I've always felt that you should take pride in, and should feel just as good to take a hit away from somebody as it is to get a hit. It might be even harder, who knows? But for me, it's just, if there's going to be good and bad offensive days, and maybe even defensively, but if you don't bring something to the table offensively, you can always help your team win by making a good play on defense. And I think that defense is a little bit more controllable, whereas it's just you being ready and you just wanting the ball and being prepared, because you could do all the right things on offense and still not have success. That's how hard this game is. But defensively, if you have a better chance to have success.